I'm here in Memorial Park in Omaha, Nebraska, and I spotted these beautiful trees while I was running the other day, and I knew I had to come back and paint them. It's a gorgeous sunny day out today, and I really love how the light is playing off of the yellow leaves, how the sunlight's catching some and some other leaves are in shadow. I really love that interplay. So I really want to try and capture that today with oil paints. It's a windy day, and you can hear the leaves rustling through the trees, the skittering dead leaves on the ground. The wind and the leaves kind of compete with the traffic noise to make a wash of sound. It's really peaceful. I usually listen to headphones while I'm painting, but today the sounds of nature are enough to let my mind kind of wander and meditate on the scene in front of me. I'm starting by laying out my paints on the palette. Today I'm using burnt umber, ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, cadmium red medium, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow medium, and titanium white. With oil painting, oftentimes a medium is used to kind of dilute the paint and make it easier to go onto the canvas, and it can affect the drying time. I'm using Galkid medium, which is a quick drying medium. It's kind of new for me, but I really like it. Its consistency is very similar to linseed oil, but it'll allow my painting to dry within 24 hours as opposed to staying wet for days on end. Without a painting medium, oil paints can stay wet for days or even weeks if you're using a slow drying medium. So I really enjoy the Galkid and what it does to my paintings, because I don't really need the painting to stay wet after I'm finished with the painting today. I'm starting by sketching in the main shapes of the trees in the scene here with burnt umber watered down with Gamsol solvent. The great thing about oil paint is that it can be moved around and erased away if I make a mistake, much easier than acrylic paint or watercolor can. Basically, while I'm sketching, I'm trying to mark in all the dark spots and the bright spots of the painting, and I'm looking for where the values of dark and light show up in the scene. It'll help me keep track of those things when I make my color choices later, and it'll help me kind of keep track of what I'm seeing. Now that I'm done with this sketch, I'm going to move on to adding the color. I'm trying to paint things from the darkest colors gradually leading to the lightest colors, and also from the least saturated colors to the most saturated colors. In general, the colors farthest away from me are less saturated, like the horizon line here. As you can see in the distance, the greens of the trees off in the distance are much less saturated in color than the greens of the grass right in front of me in the foreground. As I'm painting, the light changes and the sun moves through the sky, so I'm glad that I did my preliminary sketch so that I can remember what was in light and what was in shadow now that I'm in the middle of the painting. Doing this painting today has me realizing how refreshing it is to take time to really look at something and study it and enjoy its beauty for a long period of time. This painting took right around 2 hours, but really the painting is kind of just an excuse for me to be outside and to enjoy nature and to look at these trees for a couple hours. It's amazing how many times in life we see something that's beautiful and we go, wow, that's incredible, but then move on with our day, on to other things. I really encourage you, whether it's going outside, you can even go out into your backyard, go to the museum and look at art if you like art. Find something beautiful that you like, and don't just look at it for a minute or two, but actually look at it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you might be amazed at how deep your appreciation goes for these things. A lot of times for me, after that first minute or two, I kind of have got rid of all the surface level of, wow, that's an interesting, beautiful thing, and I really start to connect with what I'm looking at a really deep emotional level. And that's one of my favorite things about doing art outside, is getting to connect with this beautiful scenery around me in a really concentrated, deep way. There's beauty all around us. I really encourage you to go out and spend some time in it today. Remember, you have a voice that matters. Stay creative, and I'll see you next time.